Recovery of amount. If a person fails to pay the penalty imposed under the Act or fail to comply with the direction of the board of a refund of months and fail to comply with the direction of this organized order or fail to pay any of the fees due to board, recovery officer may draw up under his signature statement in specified form specify that the amount due from a person. The statement being here therefore hereafter as in the chapter referred in the certificate we shall proceed to recover from such a person the amount specified certificate by one or more of the following modes, namely attachment of sale of person movable property, attachments of bank account, attachment of sale of a person's immovable property, a person's office detention in prison, appointment of a receiver of a management of a person's movable and immovable properties. For the provision of the provision Section 29, 227, 228A, 229, 232, and second and third schedule of Income Tax Act 1961 and the Income Tax Rules 1962 as in force of time to time. Insofar as may be applied with the necessary modification as said to say provision, the rules may thereunder may provision of the Act and thereby the amount due under the Act instead to Income Tax Act 1962. Explanation for them. Explanation 1. For the purpose of the subsection, the person immovable property or monies from the bank account shall include any property or money held in the bank account which has been transferred directly, indirectly, on or after the date on which amount is specified in the certificate but due date by a person to his spouse or a minor child or son's wife or son's minor child. However, with an adequate consideration and which is held on a standing name of any of the persons aforesaid, so far as the movable and immovable property or money is held in bank account, so transferred to the minor child or his son's minor child is concerned, and shall even after the date of attainment of maturity by such a minor child or son's minor child, as the case may be, continue to be included in the person's movable and immovable property or the monies held in the bank account for the recovery of any amount due from the person under the Act. Explanation 2. Any reference under the provision of the section and the third schedule to Income Tax Act 1961 and Income Tax Certificate Proceeding Rules 1962 to the assessor shall be construed as a reference to the person specified in the certificate. Explanation 3. Any reference to appeal in the chapter 17D of second schedule to the Income Tax Act 1961 shall be construed as reference to the appeal before Securities Appeal Tribunal under Section 15T of the Act. Explanation 4. The interest referred under Section 222 of Income Tax Act 1961 shall commence from the date of the amount shall payable by the person. The recovery officer shall be empowered to seek the assistance of a local district administrator when exercising the power of Section 1. Notwithstanding anything contained in any other law of time being enforced, the recovery of amount of recovery officer under Section pursuant to a non-compliance with any direction issued by the board under Section 11B shall have a precedence over other claim against such person. For the purpose of Section 1, 2, and 3, ever expressing the recovery officer means any officer on board who may be authorized by general or special order in writing to exercise the power of recovery officer. Continuance of proceeding Section 28B. Where a person dies, a legal representative shall be liable to pay any such with the decreased shall would have been liable to pay if he had not died in the manner and the same extent as decreased. Provided in the case of any penalty payable under the Act, a legal representative shall be liable only in case of penalty has been imposed before the death of the decreased person. For the purpose of subsection 1, any proceeding for a disgorgement, refund, or action of recovery before the recovery officer under this Act, except the proceeding of a levy penalty initiated against a decreased before its death, shall be deemed to have been initiated against a legal proceeding, and may be continued against a legal representative in the stage in which stood on the date of death of decreased, and all the provision of the Act shall apply accordingly. Any proceeding for disagreement, refund, or action of recovery before the recovery officer under this Act, except the proceeding for leave of penalty, which would have been initiated against a decree if he had survived, may be initiated against a legal representative on the provision of the act shall be accordingly. Every legal representative shall be personally liable for any sum payable by him in the capacity of legal representative, while his liability of such person remains undischarged. He creates a legal charge or disposes a part with the assets and of the degree estate of degrees which are in and may be in, and possession with any liability would be limited to the value of the assets which are disposed upon him. The liability of a legal representative under the section shall be limited to the extension which is a state of a decrease incapable of meeting the liability. Explanation. For the purpose of the section, legal representative means a person who is in law representing the estate of a deceased person. It includes any person who intermeddles with the estate of a deceased. When a party issues or issued in representative character, the person of whom the estate devoted on death of the party so suing or sued. Power to main rules 29.